welcome back to the Hive. I'm the Hive Mother, and today we'll be continuing day 3 of Strange Horticulture. And where we left off, we had identified a couple of plants and acquired a few new plants, and we have a sinking suspicion that this is our Shimmerlung plant. We also turned on the setting that would auto-label the plants when we discovered them, and we did some digging, and we were able to find out what poison had killed the leader of the Sisterhood, and we went to a couple of places Amos Duncan had suggested we try out. And with that, we're going to work on finishing Sunday, day 3, in this episode, and we will most likely begin day 4. And as of now, day 3 has not brought us any new characters in our character information slots, but hopefully by the end of today and the beginning of the next day, we will have some new characters to learn about. And with that, let's get started. Simone Green. Oh, she works in the library. Hellbore. Always a pleasure, my feline friend. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I have a favor to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. I've been burning the midnight oil again and can use some common trouse, and I know where to find it. According to Grayson's herbology, it grows in abundance on red pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedbro. In the meantime, here, take this. Okay, she is another character. And speak of getting more characters, here we go. Simone Green. Simone loves books and reading. She is also irritatingly organized and has begun the overwhelming task of rearranging the library at Ambleside. Her new system works, but it will take years to catalog every book, scroll, pamphlet, and diary. In the meantime, every day yields new discoveries, buried fragments of ancient knowledge resurfacing to the light like arrowheads to archaeologists. Nice. Definitely our friend. Loves the cat. Can't go wrong. Unless she committed a murder. But we'll find out. Book entry. Common trouse. This is the one that she's looking for. Despite being described as common, the trouse can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on the slopes of red pike. Nobody knows why. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. I could use that, for sure. Where is it? Where can I find it? I'd like to eat it. I'm assuming that's how it works. You consume it. Okay. I don't remember one thing that lady said. Okay. Gotta go back into our bio and scroll down to her chat log, and we are going to find it on red pike. Gonna go back in our will to explore. Red pike is here. Let's just jump on in. I enjoy the pleasant stroll up the fell. The going is easy, the weather agreeable, and the views majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I am after. Collect. Please excuse my dog. She likes to bark at everything. Alright, so this will be our common trouse, and it's just a leafy plant, so I am going to put him on the top shelf. And let's get her labeled. So technically it has not been officially identified, so I am going to put it in purple like our shimmer lung until tomorrow when she comes and I can give it to Simone. And we're just going to pop this in here, make sure I spell it right because that bothers me so bad. Put my labels away. And we'll probably leave this out because I am going to summon another customer for the day. And we'll give Hellbor a good pet. I love listening to him purr. Verona Green, when you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold a certain image. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put a bit of a show on every now and then. Let the punters know what I'm capable of, sort of thing. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and the little bugger called my bluff. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Ma'am! Anyway, I think a little display is needed to discourage this sort of behavior in the future. Have you got any shimmerlong? Oh, duh. Use plant. Beautiful. We got another book entry because our plant was identified. I think it's crazy that she's going to turn this kid into a toad. Hopefully she knows how to turn him back. But I guess that's a problem for another day. Excuse me. Let me get my dog situated. It looks like it is trash pickup time, and the trash trucks have just offended my dog. Miss Juniper is very upset with them, and hopefully we'll be able to continue this video without pause again. And with that, we're going to summon another customer. I am going to change the label on the Shimmerling to yellow because it has been properly identified. And let's see what else this game has in store for us. Ruth Douglas. There's a beautiful plant that I've been looking for all over, but no one seems to have any. M something. Monk brew. I'm not sure. I do know that you shouldn't touch the leaves, though. Okay. It starts with an M, and you shouldn't touch the leaves. And let's see. Meek dew. Difficult to care for. Touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. That sounds about it. Okay, yeah, that feels right. Meek dew. The beautiful flowers, made up of many smaller florets, make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Okay, so these florets seem very particular. Let's see. Many smaller florets. So we're looking, it looks like, for a plant like similar to this. Yep, small delicate flowers. Seems right. Use plant. Plant identified, Meek dew. Oh, we don't get anything. And it does seem that she was the last customer of the day. And we did get another plant identified, which is beautiful. we're going to go ahead and go into day 4. See if there's anything in particular that stands out for day 4 that needs to be picked up or organized. We do have a full will to explore bar, and it really just looks set up. Tomorrow, Simone should be coming back for her common truce. And we haven't had to use this so far, which I don't know if there's a limited amount of them. Maybe we could try using it tomorrow, see if we needed any. And with that, we're going to end the day. And we're going to flip over another card. This one seems to be broken. Time passed a year, and then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight did not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, and what she pictured when she dreamed. This is a nice little story. I wonder if this is in the point of view of us, the player character. Day 4, Monday. You can hear the rain already. We're going to pull out our table slots. I still have not figured out what any of this means, but we'll work on it, and we're going to put that in with our clues. And oh, this one seems to be glowing. Nice. Let us summon another character for today. Reuben Ward, the investigator. The fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There has been a body found up at the Swineside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Grisly? Don't suppose you've got anything to keep my lunch down? Oh my gosh. Okay, Finnet. And we already know he's in our bio. I wonder if... No. So, encountering these people do not add anything extra to their backstories. I'm assuming just the chat log, yes. And Miss Veronica Green. She was someone we experienced yesterday after our visit from the librarian. She is an occult scholar. Verona has been studying the occult and the mysterious for many years. It started as a hobby but gradually grew into an obsession. She haunts the boundary between truth and tale, seeking out the knowledge that others recoil from. She also brews a lovely cup of tea, so not only is she turning little boys into frogs, but she can brew you a mean one. All right. Mr. Reuben, we're going to find you a nice Finnet today. Chewing the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. It has long, soft leaves. Cream-colored flowers. They smell wonderful. Seems pretty good. Orange center, long soft leaves. Leaves are quite soft. Let's see. Plant identified, Finnet. We got a book entry. Which fig? The plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which is often confused with. Okay. Okay. Nice. So we do have more will to explore, but I'm not sure really what to go off of coming from this clue in particular, and we all know that I was still confused from these ones, so we're just going to call over another character, and it's the mailman, David Chaffer. Morning, Veronica Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just north of Rustland. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. Kind regards, Rona Green. Okay, that seems pretty self-explanatory, other than the fact that I can't remember what she said. Grisdale. Rustland, Grisdale Forest, northeast Rustland. Seems about right. As soon as I step off the road, two members of the sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest and I am not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter, but they tell me I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. Okay. Well, that just seems like another place that it's blocked off for us. Anywhere in the Grisdale Forest actually seems blocked off. I'm going to try one more spot. I'm going to water a couple of these plants. And give one more spot a try. I do feel like I'm known for clicking the wrong box in the map. So maybe I will have some better luck this time. Grisdale, Rustland, northeast. From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by three women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by the order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Mellow glow. Let's see if we have this one. I'm going to put my map and my letter from Miss Green away and open the Strange Book of Plants and see if I have any mellow glow. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The mellow glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. So we do now have two thorny plants. We have sharp thorns, turquoise flowers. Thorns seem pretty similar. Let's look at our other thorny boy right here. Pink flower that smells pleasant. The thorns don't seem to be too similar on that plant, so why don't we give Mellow Glow a try? Use plant identified. We got another book entry. Kabila, a rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Kabila flowers almost always contains 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. 2, 4, 6. I wonder if we have this plant already. A question for another time. Grisdale Forest, with the help of the mellow glow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. New plant acquired. That's cute. I wonder if those will be considered. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. So he has fruits. Just gonna shimmy him up there. And it looks like we have a good bit of our contents identified. Of course, that we are continuing to add more contents to this book, and it seems that there can be another page filled, but so far so good. We're just gonna archive Miss Green's letter and summon another character. Miss Faye Swift, I am afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it, but the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dream every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. Okay. She wants either agura or candlewood. Agura, when burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lambswool, characterize this plant, or candlewood. Produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. Okay, it seems we have a choice here whether to face whatever Miss Faye is encountering in her dreams or to stifle it, and she would just continue to ignore whatever is happening to her. She does seem to be afraid of them, and there's a presence that is always dark and dreadful, and this woman is screaming at her. I think in this particular instance, we're going to have Miss Faye face her fears. I do believe this will help the storyline along. It is light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool. So we're looking for something light blue and fluffy. This, I think, seems like the other one. Light blue and fluffy. It's possible that we don't have whatever plant she is looking for, which would be kind of disappointing. I wonder if we have the candlewood. Red flower, afflictions of the mind, long stems, tall leaves. Thin stems. Thin stems. Okay, this is what I would assume would be the candle wood. Oh. Candle wood is one word. I am going to add that label to that flower, and it's not seeming that we have this particular plant, light blue flowers, lamb's wool. This is definitely not light blue. This seems kind of purple. Identified, identified, identified. This one has not been identified. Cream colored, not identified. Strawberry dipped in honey. This has light blue, but we've already identified it. Gray blue, orange center. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. Light blue flowers characterize this plant. They don't look too similar, so I'm going to say that that is not exactly the plant. I'm not seeing anything. Small red berries, red fruits. Okay, with this information, I am going to give Miss Faye the candlewood, and accidentally ding the bell again. Plant identified candlewood. We have a book entry, worry less. Worry less is an adaptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. Nifty. I'm going to recolor the candlewood because we were correct. And hopefully she will get some better sleep in her. Let's summon another character. Margaret Elizabeth. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It is a wonderful breath of life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one and it is not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Sajru. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they will be of interest to a horticulturist such as yourself. You are cordially invited to Sajro Castle, Lord and Lady Elizabeth. Nice. Okay. Seems like a good place to go. Sajro Castle. Let's see if we can find it on this map. Castle. 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 I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elizabeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the garden. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she explains, pointing out a plant that I do not recognize, but before I can stop to take a look, she has already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I am able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, Lady Elizabeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. Fever Kiss. The red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in color. Kind of seems like this one. And then we have a couple of new plants. One with berries and one with flowers of some kind. I'm just going to plop that down here and add this to our top shelf. Move a couple of these over. Make some room. And small red berries. I'm feeling like that's the one. We're going to archive our invitation and summon another character, Francis Aberton. I'm looking for a plant with yellow flowers and coarse leaves. It helps with my heartburn. Yellow flowers, coarse leaves to help with his heartburn. Do we have anything like that? Does granny root help with heartburn? Yep. Yes, it does. Plant identified. But we already have that puppy identified. Perfect. Selena Scott. They're saying Blackcomb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me that he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all. But then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Nice. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Same, sis. Awful what happened to that poor young man up in Swinside. I've come for some stinking mountain cap. Sunset mountain cap. Interesting. The sunset mountain cap is the type of fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking mountain cap, as a result of an unpleasant odor. It is thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home and is often placed in doorways. Okay. This one smells pretty pungent, so let's give it a whirl. Oh, plant identified. We got a book entry, and that'll be our last customer of the day. Hinchuck. The fruit of the hinchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts, it has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it is ready to harvest. Nice! Alright guys, and with this last plant and customer of the day, we have not received any more characters, and I think that will be a wrap for day 4, Monday. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.